Hi, good afternoon and welcome to Cooking Uncovered. This afternoon I'm going to make a delicious dish that I actually thought I had done before on camera, but I haven't because my son called me the other day, Jonathan from Calgary, and wanted to know the recipe for my 7-layer dish with those great Italian sausages. So I've got a whole package of Italian sausages, so I'm going to use these. And what this is another one of those winning dishes. I think it was from Auntie Janet again, so it's a great recipe. So the very first thing you do is you layer it. So potatoes, carrots, onions, and then rice, and then sauces, so tomato sauce, tomato soup, and then you top it with the sausage. But tonight I'm doing two. So this little dish here will be the vegetarian component, which is no sausage, just a layered vegetable dish. And this big dish here, because we're going to have some company, is for the sausages. So let's get started. So right here, I'm just doing my carrots on my mandolin because that's one of the easiest way to slice vegetables. And if you note, I take it down to kind of the end, and then I stop because I don't want to cut my hand. And then I use my guard when I get to the part where it gets too close to the blade. Then I use my guard for these carrots because carrots are a little bit harder to do on a mandolin. But as you can see, they're just so easy to slice with a fabulous mandolin. And you keep pressing. You just press it all down until you have the amount you want. So there's my carrots. They're all ready to go. Now my potatoes. So on the bottom of your baking dish, you slice. These are new red potatoes. I'm not going to peel them. I'm just slicing them. So notice how quick that goes with a mandolin. Like it's crazy easy. And this is what you come up with. We come up with these great slices of potato. So those are going to go on the bottom of my baking dish. So that's 1, 2. This is going to be the third potato in the bottom. And as I said, this is a real, again, a crowd pleaser. Now, if it was a really, really hot day today, I wouldn't be doing this because this has to go into the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. But today it's kind of overcast, a little bit cooler, so this is a perfect day to slap something in the oven and get it out of the way. So there's my potatoes on the bottom. Perfect. Now, carrots. So I'm going to layer that with carrots. Now I do want to save a little bit for my vegetarian component here, so I'm going to do that at the same time. So here we go with a couple of more potatoes, maybe even just one for the bottom of this. So potatoes in the bottom. Yes. Okay. So this is for my daughter, so it's just one. So, and now carrots. Great. Perfect. On top of that, we're going to add the onion. Now I did peel it here. Onion. And I've already peeled the onions and they're ready to go. Now to this component I do want to add salt because of the potatoes. So just grind some salt on both and some potato, which is perfect. Alright, now the third layer is your onions. So here we go with the onion. Again, it's the old favorite mandolin. And honestly, folks, if you don't have a mandolin, honestly, don't panic, don't worry about it. Just cut them by hand. It's just that it's just so easy with a mandolin. Everybody should have one. If you don't have one, ask for one for your birthday or for Christmas. And if you were going to buy a mandolin, don't buy one of those $15 ones in the grocery store. Wait and get one from a food supplier, like a restaurant equipment supplier, where you get a good one, because you'll use it forever. And this one, I saw it in one of the restaurant supplies just downtown Vancouver, and it was $50. I know that's a lot of money, but really it's well worth it. So I've got one whole onion over top of the carrots in this casserole dish here. I'm going to just move that in this casserole dish, and now I need onions in this one. So, as I said, the onions are already peeled, so they're ready to go. Maybe we need just a little bit more onions, so I'm going to slice just one more. Be very careful, it's very sharp. So about half an onion in this casserole, and I'm going to put the other half an onion in the big casserole. All right, perfect. Now, on top of that, you're going to put your rice, or whatever it is, whatever starch you want to use. This is 1 cup of brown rice, which is perfect. So I'm just going to sprinkle that over this one, and for the vegetarian component, I'm going to use quinoa because my daughter loves quinoa. So we'll use about a half a cup of quinoa on top of the onion. This is like, it's so easy. It's almost pathetic. It's so easy. All right, now here's our secret ingredient for this recipe: tomato soup. I know it's hard to believe, but it is true. I'm also going to use some of the strained tomatoes, and they're going to just taste delicious on this. So, for this vegetarian casserole, I'm going to put 1/3 of a can of the tomato soup. So that just goes up, and we'll mush that all up. And to this, the sausage one, 2/3 of a can of tomato soup. All right, now we are going to add 1 cup of the 1 cup of strained tomatoes to the vegetarian, and the rest of this, which ends up being about 1.5 cups of tomatoes, the strained tomatoes, into this big casserole over here that's going to house the sausages. Now you have to make sure you have enough water or liquid for the quinoa and for the rice, so we have to be careful about that you don't go short on the liquid. So to this big casserole, 2 cups of water. So, and it's really important that we don't forget that, because what will happen is the rice will end up burning, and that's not what you want. So that's 2 cups of water to the tomato, and to this one, because it's half a cup of quinoa, I'm just going to add 1 cup of water. Now, of course, if you wanted to up the nutritional content of these at any time, absolutely you could add stock. So this one, believe it or not, is ready to go. Now, I happen to have some fresh thyme sitting here on the back counter. So I think what I'll do to this one for Alexandra, I'm going to add some fresh thyme because it's absolutely delicious. Just to up the taste a bit, give it a little bit more flavor. And we could do it for both of them for that matter. All right, now to the top of this casserole, the big casserole, now I'm going to lay out my sausages. So I have noticed that with the young men in the family, that 1 sausage is not enough. That's why I buy the big package. So I do tend to cram them in. And so there we have. This is what the dish looks like when it goes in the oven. Oops, the fluid is coming up. So there's my sausage one, and there's my vegetarian one. I'm going to. So here we are. So it's taken 1.5 hours, and I have my vegetarian component for Alexandra, and then I have the casserole with the sausages, which is going to be great. So I'll put this on the counter. And then, so here we have the sausage component, which is very, very, very hot. So what it has is got the sausages, of course, which are absolutely delicious with all this tomato sauce. And then, of course, you've got the potatoes, the onions, the carrots, the rice, all. How wonderful does that look? And then, of course, if it was the if we have 2 sausages with that, of course. And there's our sausage component. And the vegetarian component is just it has just the vegetables. And you see what that looks like? It looks great, eh? That's with the quinoa. So that's what Alexandra's going to have for dinner. So there we have it. This is a dish you can put in the oven. You kind of leave in the oven for about 1 hour, 1.5 hours until all the vegetables are done and the sausages are done. So thanks for joining me on Cooking Uncovered, and I hope you enjoy this. This one is a 7-ingredient layered baked dish, which is so easy and so quick. So thanks for joining me. We'll talk to you later.